G'day everybody, where's Wally here. I come with sad news this week of the passing of Hamish Harding. He was a passenger on the Ocean Gate Titan, and sadly we've been waiting all week for the news, which just turned out to be for the worst. Hamish, we will all miss you so very much. Hamish and Terry Virts, well, they set a world record for the circumnavigation of the globe via both poles. One more orbit, who could forget that? Hamish then took his son to Antarctica 6 months later, and his son was then the youngest person to ever set foot at 90 degrees south. Hamish also rode the Challenger Deep to the bottom of the Marianas Trench with Victor. After that, Hamish and Victor both went up in the Blue Origin NS-21, and I'm sure that scheme was something they hatched during that marathon submarine trip down to the depths. I asked Hamish about this, and he confirmed that it was indeed the case. Hamish also climbed Kilimanjaro, and this was yet to be another adventure for him. Look, I leave you with two videos. The first video Hamish had made for Dan and myself to respond to Eric's level video way back in 2021. The second video is one that I made about Hamish and his Challenger Deep adventure. Hamish, I will miss you and your readiness to chat with lowly old me. Bye, mate.
Hello, Eric. I've watched what you said about Antarctica, and to possibly coin a technical phrase here, I think you are what we would say totally wrong about Antarctica. I respect your opinion totally, and you're welcome to your opinion, however wrong it might be, but I did in fact have a lot of personal experience of Antarctica in different times I visited there. And probably the best example of how the Earth is in fact spherical is our one more orbit record, which, as you know, we flew around the Earth in 46 hours 40 minutes, Guinness World Record, and various other records we did. The sector which came third in our 4 sectors around the world was from Mauritius due south, and we went for about 9 hours due south, and then turned right by 52 degrees right at the South Pole. I was up front flying the aircraft at the South Pole, as I was at the North Pole. I chose the best sectors, in fact, in the pilot rotation, as I really wanted to do the poles. And then, having turned right 52 degrees, we then headed for about 5 hours due north again. Having gone south, we went due north to Punta Arenas, Chile. Now, that was completely proven to have happened. We had GPS monitoring, Guinness and the FAI record holders monitored the SEAL GPS units in great detail afterwards. Also, we actually had photographic evidence from the Scott Amundsen Centre, because I called them up on the radio as we went over the South Pole and talked to them on the ground-to-air radio. And they took some photographs of the aircraft lights as it went over. We were 43,000 feet as we went over the pole, and they later sent us a sort of time-lapse series of photographs as we went over the pole. So that really did prove an awful lot. Also, I actually went there on the ground 6 months later with my son Giles, who was the youngest person to ever reach the South Pole when he was 12. And once again, we went there in sort of the opposite season. In fact, we went over on one more orbit in the middle of their winter, so it's pitch black 24 hours a day. And in the summer, it was 24-hour light, because we went there in January. And so all those things do prove that it is spherical. And my fellow orbiter, who came around the world with me on one more orbit, Terry Virts, who is well known, actually has been round the Earth, I think 3,000 or 4,000 times in the International Space Station. He's taken more photographs from space than any other human being, and I've seen many of them, and they're spectacular photographs of the Earth from space, and it did look spherical to me, unless I'm completely wrong, which I don't think I could be. Anyway, you're welcome to the opinion, but I'm afraid I'm absolutely certain I was there around the Earth, and it did work exactly as planned. We set off from US, went north, turned right at the North Pole, went south, turned right at the South Pole, went north, got back to where we started. It's pretty convincing, I think. Anyway, good luck with the conference.
Hey everybody, where's Wally here? Well, this one is a little bit special. Hamish Harding, he seems to have the bug too. This one's the world's record-setting bug. Well, he had the fastest circumnavigation via both poles well and truly under his belt. Now he's got the longest time spent at the maximum depth possible while the other guy eats a tuna fish sandwich to his name as well now. Well done, Hamish. So follow the link up here, drop a comment over on Hamish's video and tell him Where's Wally sent you. And enjoy Hamish's expedition.